We continue from the previous episode as the scene shifts to a past event. Three figures moved cautiously through a dark tunnel, their way lit by the flickering glow of flame torches. A voice grumbled through clenched teeth. "Damn it all." He continued angrily. "I never imagined the dragon turtle was still alive." With frustration, he added, "It was the perfect chance to take the core." One of the others, his face illuminated by the firelight, turned abruptly. "Lord Dodelman, you need to see this." Dodelman stepped forward, eyes narrowing as he peered into the darkness where the soldier pointed. "This can't be," he muttered in shock. Standing at the edge of a wide pit, he stared downward. "Why is he here?" he asked, confusion creeping into his voice. Below, a man lay unconscious, his body partially encased in ice, barely clinging to life. The scene shifted back to the present. Dodelman's laughter rang out maniacally, but Cheon Yeo-Woon's expression didn't change. His face remained cold, his eyes dark. Dodelman shouted, "Can you tell what sword art this bastard is using?" Now standing behind the masked figure with a wild smirk, he sneered confidently. "This is your precious demon cult's heavenly demon sword style." Still hiding behind the masked figure, who stood poised to strike, Dodelman raised his voice again. "I was caught off guard when I found him in the ice-veined stone cave, with the hypnosis broken." He chuckled darkly. "But thanks to that, the two of you drew your blades. I guess this too is fate, isn't it?" His grin widened. "Once this guy's mask comes off." As the masked figure began removing the mask from his face, Dodelman leaned in, eyes gleaming. "I wonder how your face will twist in horror." Cheon Yeo-Woon's eyes widened in shock, frozen in disbelief. Dodelman's voice echoed menacingly. "I am truly looking forward to it. Demon God." The mask dropped to the ground with a climactic clang. Dodelman laughed wildly, filled with twisted joy. "Yes, this man is." It was Cheon Yeo-Woon's grandfather, the former leader of the demonic cult. Yeo-Woon's body tensed as he straightened his blade. His sword gleamed with a fierce red aura. Dodelman took a cautious step back and barked. "You'd better not move," he snarled. "Try anything, and I'll blow his head off." A strange bulge twitched visibly on Cheon Yeo-Woon's head. Dodelman smirked inwardly, gloating. "I can't believe this actually worked." He carefully observed Yeo-Woon's frozen posture and thought, judging by how still he is, no matter how powerful the demon god is, he's helpless in front of his own blood. With malicious delight, Dodelman slammed his staff onto the ground. The bells jingled madly, the sound unnatural and piercing. He chanted, "Now then, Cheon Yeo-Woon, I give you an order." The space around Cheon Yeo-Woon began to distort. His vision twisted, blood pooled under his feet. The relentless ringing of the bell echoed in his ears, burrowing into his mind. His eyes turned blood red as confusion overtook him. His thoughts blurred. With the great sword art of the heavenly demon cult, kill the demon god. No. In his vision, he saw a malevolent demon standing before him. Twisted and monstrous, it wore Cheon Yeo-Woon's face. Then the final command pierced through his mind like a dagger. "Kill your own grandson." Cheon Yeo-Woon gritted his teeth violently. The strange object embedded in his forehead throbbed, pulsing with control. Then, he lunged forward, sword in hand, his blade glowing with deadly aura, aimed directly at Cheon Yeo-Woon's head. As the attack was about to land, Cheon Yeo-Woon stood motionless. Dodelman's bloodshot eyes gleamed with joy. "It worked," he shouted. But in an instant, Cheon Yeo-Woon vanished, leaving only an afterimage behind. In a flash, he appeared behind Cheon Yeo-Woon. With one hand, he grabbed the back of Cheon Yeo-Woon's head. With the other, he swiftly disarmed him. Dodelman's expression twisted in rage. "You crazy bastard," he screamed. "Do you seriously intend to kill your own grandfather?" Still pinning Cheon Yeo-Woon down, Cheon Yeo-Woon used telekinesis to lift Cheon Yeo-Woon's sword from the ground. With a sharp motion, he sent the blade slashing toward Dodelman's staff, nearly taking his head off. Dodelman barely dodged in time, but his ear was severed clean off. While still gripping Cheon Yeo-Woon's head, Cheon Yeo-Woon surged electricity through his palm, frying anything that might be controlling his grandfather's brain. Dodelman, clutching his severed ear and opening one eye, roared, "Now that both of them are bound, this is our chance. Kill them all." Immediately, All the masked figures in the area rushed forward, blades in hand, blue chi radiating off them as they slashed toward Cheon Yeo-Woon. Blinding waves of chi attacks surged forward. Boom! A massive explosion erupted, sending dust and debris flying in every direction. Dodelman, bloodshot eyes wide with excitement, screamed, "You bastard! It's over!" But then his voice caught in his throat. He stared in disbelief. As the dust began to settle, a shimmering blue chi barrier came into view. Cheon Yeo-Woon stood calmly at its center. The attacks had done nothing. Both Wu Jinchang and Won Sang-o were frozen in shock. Body protection chi? Jinchang gasped. No. Won Sang-o muttered, eyes narrowing. What the hell is that? Cheon Yeo-Woon, now releasing the barrier, looked down at his grandfather lying on the ground with a solemn expression. From Cheon Inji's nose, a grotesque red worm-like insect crawled out. Placing a hand gently on his grandfather's face, Cheon Yeo-Woon asked coldly, "You told him to kill his own grandson?" Ice shards began to form in the air around him, shimmering and sharp. He raised his arm, aiming them straight at the masked enemies. "I was considering leaving a couple of you alive to squeeze some answers out of you later." Then, locking eyes with them, blood red and burning with rage, he growled, "But I've changed my mind. All of you will die." The ice swords rained down from above like a deadly storm, slicing through his enemies, tearing them apart piece by piece. The brutal downpour continued, cutting every last one of them to pieces. No mercy, no survivors. Dodelman, frozen by the sheer horror and overwhelming power, collapsed to the ground in shock. Cheon Yeo-Woon walked straight toward him, each step making Dodelman tremble. With a casual wave of his hand, blue chi enveloped Cheon Yeo-Woon's palm. Dodelman's broken staff flew into the air, then smashed into his face, warping it violently and knocking out several teeth. Another wave, whack! The staff smashed down again, blood spraying with each blow. "I was wrong." Dodelman screamed, his voice cracking. "Please, spare me," he begged, sobbing as the staff continued to beat him senseless. Both Wu Jinchang and Won Sang-o stood frozen, shivering in disbelief at the spectacle. With a final wave from Cheon Yeo-Woon, the staff came crashing down one last time. Pop! A burst of blood painted the ground. Dodelman fell backward, lifeless. Cheon Yeo-Woon raised the blood-soaked staff, then let it drop to his side. He stepped closer to Dodelman's corpse and stared briefly at the twitching remains, then turned away. His eyes shifted to the remaining survivors. As he released a terrifying killing intent, it surged outward like the aura of a monster, crushing and suffocating. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next episode. Bye.